Hello and welcome to this examination on my alternative channel, Anti-War. And Anti-War today we're going to review Lagunitas India Pale Ale, 6.2% alcohol, 51 bitterness units, 51 out of 100. Introduced in 1997, brewed in America, California, and Illinois. I was able to get this 6-pack for $8.99. They sell it in cans and in bottles, and at some barrooms, taverns, pubs, whatever you want to call it, they sell it on draft. So we're going to pour it straight in. Want to get the foam at the top so it's not inside of you. People tell me sometimes, man, when I drink beer, I get full. I feel bloated. Yeah, I guess you do because you got all the carbonation inside of your body instead of here, released into the head of foam. Okay? And the bubbles are popping going in the air. So there it is, orange in this Pabst Blue Ribbon glass. I don't have a Lagunitas glass. Orange and full of sediment. There's sediment galore throughout this beer. It's cloudy because of all the chunks. And these are not little tiny chunks. It's like fluffs. It's like fluffs of, it looks like fluffs of bread, like white bread, and you start pulling little pieces out the meat of the bread, in the inside of it, and just throwing it in. Now, I've been trying to find a date, guys. Oh, here we go. 96th day of 2022, I think. And the dog is saying, doggone good. Doggone good. Let's see if it's doggone good. You know it is. The aroma. Bready, brassy, breadiness, maltiness. So think of the bread, white bread crust, and piney hops, hop resins. Not really pine. Doesn't really smell like pine or taste like pine, but it's hard to approximate what it smells like. And you don't want to say, well, the hops smell like hops. If nobody knows what that smells like, you can't explain it to them. But then, of course, on the other hand, people watching these kind of videos, they're not just going to watch it just to be looking at it. They're going to probably go try the product. If you say it's good, even if you say it's bad, they might go try it just to see for themselves if it tastes bad, So they'll start to get, even if you have no experience with these kind of beers, specialty beers, if all your experience is with like Busch Light and Seagram's Escapes, let's say, this is going to seem very strange to you, but you might be interested in trying it. Why not? Heck, give it a shot. If you have a spirit of tasting and smelling adventure. Some people don't. They eat the same food, never want to try anything new. I do tend to do that. I eat the same type of food constantly. But I will try new things. I guess you could say it's like a comfort zone or a lazy zone of just eating things, but not trying to explore. But I'll stay busy enough with the beer, wine, and liquor, But I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, no, I mean, if it's something disgusting, like some of the people on TV eat. I mean, just like regular food, that's something I never had before. I'll try, some things I don't like. And I'll just say, well, I don't really care for that. Certain type of beans and vegetables I don't like. Most I do, but some I don't. Some kind of meat I don't really care for. Okay, so it's pretty bitter, but it's not overwhelmingly bitter, but it's bitter. Like I say, if your beer of choice is Busch Light, let's say, and that's what your experience is, it's going to seem pretty exotic and shocking to you. But then on the other hand, it might seem exciting to you, and you might say, wow, I didn't realize beer could taste like this, and I'm going to try more. Or you might say, oh, it's terrible. I'm going to stick with Busch Light. That's my happy place. Okay, that's fine too. Some of the craft beer people when I say the craft beer people, I mean people that's like all into it, which I am too. They'll say, "Oh, you all kind of people don't want to," they'll look down and they kind of hurt the whole possibility of you trying new things because people don't like the attitude and they'll say, I don't want to try all those beers if it's being touted by people like that, with like a bad attitude. Same thing with food, people with this haughty attitude just turns people off. Same thing with wine, I guess. Or movies, I don't watch movies personally, but they'll hate any movie that's popular. They only like movies nobody else watches. Oh, I just loved the effect of gamma rays on Man in the Moon Marigolds. That was a real movie. I don't watch these horrible things. I mean, I agree. A lot of Hollywood is horrible, but that's probably not why they're opposed to it. They just have the elitist attitude. Body here is medium, and the finish is dry. Dry, not sweet. Dry is the opposite of sweet. It's kind of like hot and cold. Dry, meaning no sweetness. Sweet, total sweetness. But most products are not one extreme to the other. They'll be somewhere like in here, pretty sweet or not so sweet, or over to the dry side. Really, I should be using one hand. This will be the 50% sweetness, 50% dryness. So most products will be somewhere in the middle. And this one's more like this part on the finish, dry. But then a little bit of sweetness left. Or I went backwards, but you get the point. It's just an easygoing product. To me, it's pretty, I wouldn't say bland, but just pretty mild and mellow, I should say that. The alcohol level is good, 6.2. We drank one yesterday, it was 9%. A duo review. I'm going to post it on the main channel upcoming. It was New Belgium Voodoo Ranger, Imperial Voodoo Ranger. I think that's the name, 9%. Yeah, it was pretty good, but it wasn't pretty great. It was pretty boozy, which to me seemed like it was a detriment. And for that product, some of them could be 15% and be great. But it's just, we thought that the 7% was probably better, the standard model. We certainly didn't hate it. We scored it in the B plus range, very good. You wouldn't hate something, give it a very good score. But we just didn't think it was into the excellent range. At the time of the tasting, things can change. This one here, yeah. I think it's in the excellent range. Not super deluxe, special, fabulous, fantastic, but into like, say, 93 out of 100, into most excellent. And I guess that's about as high as you'd want to go. And for $8.99, golly gee. Yeah, $1.50 a bottle. It's a great deal in this day and age, but of course, plus tax. A great deal this day and age for beer, especially with the JB inflation. And we're not gonna do like they do, say blame everybody else. It's the government's fault. All right, that's it. And A beer, everything they make is not great. They make some stuff I know their non-alcoholic was no good, but then most of those are no good. Their daytime IPA, I think it's called, is pretty good actually. A low whatever. It was pretty good, and I expected it to be pretty blah, but it wasn't actually a session IPA, kind of like a light beer IPA. Their Imperials, their Hop Stupid used to be great, but they stopped making it for some foolish reason. The Willits Stout is dynamite if you can find it. Maximus IPA is dynamite. It's strong, 9, but it's really nice. They're worth checking out. They're worth checking out. Check them out. All right. But this would be a good place to start with this company. They're one of their standard bearer beers from 25 years ago. All right. At the time of this recording. Thanks for watching this channel, Anti-War. Now it's back to the main channel.